What's up, guys? Welcome to another from Positive Thoughts Podcast, and we are live here with my brother, my leader, Victor Oguegbe. He's currently building Goals by Victor and is like a give back to the community. And the idea behind Goals by Victor is somewhat that I'm particularly resonating with on a very regular basis, right? And today we are privileged to have you on this pod to talk about Goals by Victor and yourself as a person. What drives you, what problems you've been able to solve, problems you've faced, the challenges, what it's been like, right? How have you been able to keep on moving ever since? So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here to share my story here in this platform, because these are like platform I've been waiting, to have, where, we can share our experience, we can share our lessons, in building something meaningful. Because at times we don't actually have the space to like share this, and setting up something like this is something that I really, really commend you for. And
thank you.
Just keep it up. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
To start with your story, my name is Victor Oguebe. I've been a photographer for years now, more than 12 years.
Wow.
I started
That's a long time.
I know. I started when I was in JSS3. I was actually taught by my elder brother, Oguebe. He's a photographer then, and there was camera at home. Whenever he comes back from work, I always pick up his camera and try to was very inquisitive, and then he thought of teaching me. That's been the breaking point for me. So since then I started documenting events, wedding, any kind of event at all. I did that for quite a long of time, and then it wasn't feeling anymore, right? Because I've always been this boy that I wanted to do something very big. I wanted to help people. I wanted to, inspire people. I wanted to just do anything to, put a smile on anyone's face.
Yeah.
But at that point, I felt like I couldn't do much because there was no available resources. So while I was doing that photography, I was like, this is not fulfilling, man. This is not what I really want to do in my life. Then I thought of quitting. I thought of going into business, which was the initial plan after secondary school with my brother. But then, as God may have it, because I believe that everything is happening now with what I'm building with Goals by Victor is actually, God's will, right?
Yeah.
So because if I actually stopped photography back then, I think 2020, I wouldn't be where I am right now,
Yeah.
So then I just thought about it, man. What can I really do? What am I really passionate about? And then I thought about that. Yeah, I love football, and since I can't play football, I should maybe take action. Take picture of this grassroots footballers. Let me just tell that story. So I just thought of starting. It's just the quest of going to the unknown without having any idea, right? So I just ventured into what I was, the sport photography. I picked up my camera one afternoon and I went into a local pitch around me, Then I just took these pictures of these guys, introduced myself to the coach. I told them I was going to do it for them for free. And they were like, oh, wow, okay, honestly, okay, that's nice. Then after that, I gave them the pictures. They were really happy. I saw the reaction in their face. I could like make people like really smile for genuinely. And see that smile on their face. The next day I came, that, oh, wow, thanks so much for those pictures. And those pictures, if you look at them now, they were just there for me, right?
Yeah.
But for them, I was like, so this picture can actually
make feel happy and what they do.
Yeah, so that was like the energy that made me, want to like do more. I just found myself falling in love with it. Then I was just so obsessed, so occupied with it, and I've just been putting in the work bricks by bricks, and that's where we are right today. So that's like part of the story so far.
Was it more like an instruction that you got from God, right? And that place of you wanting to change from something or an industry that you feel like you're no longer functioning to your capacity, because I know the photography industry can be very overwhelming, right? Every year, new gadgets, new gears, new tech and everything. So the ability to meet up sometimes is not there, But at what point were you at where you felt like, oh, you wanted to start giving back, wanted to try something new, something you've not done before?
Yeah, it's just the point where I just looked around, like I said, person that really want to like help people, help my family, change the situation of things around. And I really wanted to do so much. I really wanted to like, because you need money to do all these things, right? Then the photographer was doing that, was not giving me the money that I wanted, because I want to be a very big boy.
Yeah.
You know, as a young boy,
Of course.
growing from the East, you know, you've done every kind of, you know, labor work to just, you know, have a meal to eat, you know, coming from that low point, you really know what it means. So whatever you put your hand, you want to like do it very well to like get something home. Yeah. So then I felt like I wasn't getting it more, because I felt like I carried the burden that was so much on me then, and it kind of weighed me down so much that it was so much, because I wanted to carry what I wasn't ready for, you know. So I just had to like sit back and then try to like adjust, and so just ask myself, what can I really do, you know? Then when I picked up that camera, I could call it instruction from God, you know, because I've always prayed for it, that God, I really want to know that thing that I'm here for.
Yeah.
I've been big in purpose, like living a purposeful life, right? I just don't want to exist and then die and go. My aim is not, for me, life is not just about, you know, showing up, making money and dying. You know, it doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, you're not taking those monies out. You know, there are any amount you have, you're not taking them away from this earth. So I'm like, God, if it's just to come here and make money and die, then it doesn't make sense. Now, for me, I feel like, let me not just come at all, because since I can't take it out, so there's no point here. So I was like, okay, what can I really then do? What can I do that will make life make sense for me?
Truly.
Then that was when, you know, I found Goals by Victor. It kind of now gave me purpose. Yeah, even while I was doing it, the money was not coming so much, but it was fulfilling. Yeah, I couldn't just complain. I could still meet up. I could still do my other activities.
Joy.
And then with joy, you know. And at the end of the day, when you show up, you are celebrated. You see those players celebrate you. You know, it made me believe that I was important to some people, you know, the kind of DMs that I get, the kind of encouraging words that I get from, you know, my supporters. It's been amazing. It's been like an amazing, you know, journey that I would want to embark on, like I said, again and again. You know, it's coming from a place of deep love, right? That's just where it's coming from.
I'm really, 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 really inspired by what you're doing at Goals by Victor. Over the past 2 years, you know, looking at the whole process of building Goals by Victor out to be something that, you know, is now very, 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 very evident that this is solving problems, right? Sparking hope in the minds of these young football players, and not just them. There are a lot of other people who out there looking at you. Myself, I'm particularly inspired by what you are building. Wow, you may not know it, but yes, it's giving me this sense of purpose that human capital development is extremely important. Giving back hope to the people. What are you doing with the skills you have? Obviously, like, there are a bunch of other things you can do. There are other industries you can work in and earn a lot of money. But at the same time, you went on to, you know, run with the instructions that you said you got from God to start developing and building Goals by Victor. And I want to believe that the journey has been a smooth one. It's like an evidence, this thing that the biggest investment you can make is in men. Yeah. So far in your journey building Goals by Victor, what has the experience been like? Tell me more about the pain. I think I want to hear about the pain. Well, the pain that you've, you know, experienced.
It's been an amazing one, honestly. From the lonely days to days when you don't even know if what you're doing is making sense. Yeah. When you still like trying, because you just got in as a newbie, no experience, you knew nothing about it. You just ventured into it and you just started connecting the dots bricks by bricks. You know, the ability to make a lot of mistakes, the ability to adapt, to appear as it may be a fool at times. Yes. You know, just to like learn, just make those dumb mistakes and then move on. Take that bad picture, that blur picture, show up late, mess up something. Just all of them has been a wonderful journey, right? Because those are like the things that you need to pick up to like learn and understand about life, because life always comes with its own, struggles, with its own challenge, with its own experience. So building Goals by Victor has been that part that I'm now very particular about, that I know that from here to here, this is what I've been able to achieve. This is what it's doing. This is what I'm living for. So I think having what you're living for, what you wake up every day and you say, yeah, this is something I'm actually doing, it's actually a great blessing, because I feel like most people don't have it, because being in that space where I was really a very dark one, because I don't know, I believe there are lots of people who are just there, that don't know what, they don't know how to feel. They don't even have a dream. They don't have something they can hope for. And anything you do is about hope, just that hope that, okay, let me just start this. Something might come out of it, and then I move into it. It's just, it's been amazing. Even the first time that I was in Abuja to come to the Super Eagles, that was like the debut of me working with the Super Eagles. I just saw it the other time. I was like, oh, maybe I should just give this a shot. And then I tried. I found myself there, the players that you see on TV, they're just right in front of you. It's amazing. It's been amazing, down to, being at the AFCON, meeting different people, connecting to different individuals, networking, the family, that he has, connected us to, it's like you said, it's more about building community, building network of people, just connecting people together. And part of what we are doing at Goals by Victor, we want to be that bridge between the opportunities for grassroots footballers and the footballers, right? So we want to be in that bridge where we can bring opportunities, where we can spotlight these footballers to better opportunities, where they can be seen, where they can be appreciated, where they can be celebrated, because before now, nobody sees them, right? No one does that kind of, it's hard to like see the story of the legendary footballers in Africa. It's just most of when they've started playing professional, that's when you can actually start hearing about them or seeing some documentaries and all of that. We are passionate about capturing their journey, because we believe that beginning things should be celebrated as well. Of course, starters should be celebrated. They should be encouraged as well, because nobody celebrates you at the gym, but they want to be there in the ring to carry the belt with you. But I feel like we are that team, that brand, that person that celebrates you at the gym. We want to clap for you at the gym. We want to be there at the gym to encourage you, because we know that what you're doing is something of passion. And to be able to go for something passionable is a very, I don't know the best way to quantify and express this, but coming from a place of passion, I understand what it means to be passionate about trying to get the life out of something you're doing. So when you're not being appreciated enough, it can mess up in your head, right?
Yes.
So we want to be those people, that brand that would appreciate these players, that will encourage them, that okay, now you are actually seen, you can be spotlighted, you can be recorded while you are chasing your dream.
Of course.
It's not only for professionals. And now most of them can't actually afford it when we started. So that's why most of them, we do these things for free. Even the ones that even do money, okay, you've not asked the question of how I make money and all of that, right?
Of course, yeah. So just like go straight into all of this. These are part of things, because I was going to go to that point of, you've seen maximum growth, like you've seen massive growth from 0 followers to over 20,000 followers who are actively engaging with your contents, right? These people are following your journey. They're part of the whole process. They see the work that you put in, and they are resonating with what you're building as well. How have you been able to stay motivated in this grind? Because it takes a lot of discipline to stay, even consistency needs discipline. Yeah, you've committed to building this out, but you're a human being, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to feel the need to take a pause, to rest, to even stop at most times, right? How do you stay motivated? What are the things that are keeping you up at night, helping you move forward?
Yeah, well, my motivation will be coming from the sense of purpose. My motivation is internal, right? Because this is something that I said that I was gonna do. I woke up and I said I was gonna do it. No one told me to do it. So my force, my drive, everything is internal. So when I'm having that drive in me, it just keeps me going. It keeps me want to keep on going. So knowing that this is what I'm very good at. There's nothing else you can actually bring in, and I can do so much. I just feel like this is like a life. This is my life. Do you get? This is what I'm here to do. So I don't have another choice rather than doing it. It's either goes by Victor or goes by Victor. So that's it.
Are there like daily routines that you use for work, like to stay on top of the game?
Daily routine. Well, I listen to podcasts. I listen to things that keeps me inspired. I go into the social media, Instagram. I follow a couple of people that keep me motivated. Go on YouTube, listen to podcasts, read book, and just try to just stay connected, and then do my work, do everything that I have to do, make my research, just stay focused and, just steady building, because like I said, it's a full-time thing for me, yeah? There's nothing else I'm doing, so I have to give it all my...
Yeah, there are lots of projects that you've been working on before now, that we've seen, that you've actually put out there that we've seen. The myself I've seen as well, right? You've always been at different AFCON events, taking pictures, making reels and videos, dropping back-to-back updates and, sharing the feeds. What's the next project that we should be looking out for from Goes by Victor particularly?
Okay, I've had this big, I had this one here, big, fearful, hairy, very lofty dream, and I want to do it. I will get it done. So I will get it done. I will get it done. So apart from shooting, documenting the story of young footballers, the next African talents, one of our vision is to be able to capture at least, I don't know if very possible, capture every potential next big talent in Nigeria or Africa. We want to have a story of their grassroots. We don't want to hear that, okay, there's a star that came out of Nigeria that we don't have their story. So we are looking at capturing all of these, individuals. So right now we are on a journey. We are currently working on a journey of capturing 1,000 grassroots footballers.
Big.
Big. Every local government in Lagos State. Big, yes. And we want to do this on a bicycle. That's to see where it's
public service announcements.
This is something we want to do, and we're looking at kicking off very soon. So we're still trying to put out the measures that we need. We're looking at getting this project to get to the office of the Lagos State government.
Wow,
I want to have a handshake with the Lagos State.
That's big.
Imagine,
yeah, it's a very easy, and I call it easy because it's actually easy.
Yes.
First, you have to dream. You have to have a picture of what you want in mind, and then you start talking about it. I do these things very often. I have dreams, and then I first things first write them down, and then I get to talk about them to myself on a daily basis. I make sure I tell myself that this is what I'm going to do this, and over time I bring it out to the public, so the public will now be aware that I'm going to do this, and if I don't, please hold me accountable for it. So now you are telling us to hold you accountable for 1,000 grassroots footballers.
Yes,
that you're going to take. I'll personally hold you accountable for that as well. So what I'm really rooting for you in this big project, and I'm believing that it's going to be one of those big ones that is going to get you the national recognition that we are particularly looking out for. These are big things. Let's dial back a little bit in the aspect of failure. I wanted to ask this question before we talked about the next project that you're working on. What learning have you made from failure so far? I want to believe that you failed, because if you tell me that you've not failed all the while that you've been building Goals by Victor, I personally would not agree with you because I'm a builder as well, and I know what it feels like, the tension, like you mentioned, sometimes you feel like you're not being seen, the recognition is not there, but you're putting in all the work. Sometimes we feel as well, not a lot of times. So
yes, I mean, I've been feeling even before I started building Goals by Victor. Ever since, I think it just happened, in life. You might just be feeling, you're not even knowing. Because after a while, then every time, like, okay, this is something that actually happened and I've learned from it. And then what are the lessons? How am I using it to my advantage? Because I'm a very positive person and I just believe that everything happens for me and they are not happening to me. So any failure, things that I've tried, failed in crypto, failed in bet like that, failed in
as well.
Did a bit of it.
Nice.
Try different things.
As well. Nice.
Other things that you just tried, while you're just trying to come up as a young person, you need something to put your food on your table and all of that. Different investments here and there failed, but does it stop you from going? Does it stop you from pursuing what you want?
Shouldn't.
No, shouldn't. So when I gathered all those things, I just put them together and like, okay, these things has happened. It doesn't matter. What matters is what can happen with what's available, right? So I try to forget and put everything that's behind me, and I just try to move on, because like I said, our life is just there. There's nothing. We're not taking anything out of this life. So it's what can you do with what's available? Whenever you wake up, give the time you have, what can you do? And ever since, like I said, since I was a child, I'm a person of purpose. Like it's just more about purpose for me. So now every day that I wake up, if I'm able to put a smile on someone's face, I'm able to do something that can make someone else inspire, if I can do something to make another person's life better each day, is enough for me, right? So that's where it's just been. You keep failing, you keep learning, and you keep moving. That's just what it's been for me. It comes with pain.
Of course.
It comes with pain. At times when you fail, in that moment, you might not know you might not figure out what it is. If you don't have the right mentality to know that, okay, this thing is an opportunity for me to learn and put it to my advantage. If you don't understand this thing, it's going to be a time of, before Goals by Victor came to bet, I was a failure at that moment. I felt like a failure at that moment. So you can imagine coming from a failure to a champion, being someone that's celebrated, just starting from zero, like you mentioned, and to over 1,000 followers on Instagram. This is organically, no single, ad, no promotion, nothing, no buying of followers, just organic growth, and you have these amazing supporters. You have these people who are inspired, people who could actually connect with you. It's been amazing.
Well, what are most of the problems that you've particularly faced all the while that you've been building Goals by Victor? There are a bunch of them, so I'm not expecting you to tell me all of them, but a few problems and how you were able to solve them.
Well, I'll call them challenges.
Okay, challenges.
That was this time that my lens, the first lens I was using, bad. I think that was the highest of it at that moment.
Wow.
And I didn't have any money to replace that lens. Those lenses are very expensive lens. And because I actually left what was giving me my daily bread,
of course,
to venture into something that nobody actually pays me. But most of this, when I try to I say, okay, how much you have available? Some of them are trying to say, okay, let me even pay you, I'm like, okay, fine. How much you have? So they would tell me 2K. I would laugh. They'll tell you some ridiculous amounts that you'd be like, and then I have to understand, okay, fine, they don't really have, and then that lens spoiled because there was no backup, there was nothing. I was just really going for this growth. I was just doing it. I wasn't pushing the other business. I gave some money, and then the contact there started dropping, so the money was not there to replace that thing. I was like, wow, so where do I go from here?
How did you solve that?
Man, it's God. It's God that showed up for me. I made the videos even on my platform. I think it's like the first time that I actually started the project that I announced. I started a project a year ago, or it wasn't going how I wanted it to go. Then I had to stop. I had to take a break. I took up to more than 500 grassroots footballers at then.
Wow.
The videos, the pictures.
I remember that.
So I had to just stop because it wasn't giving what I wanted to give. So I want to like come back to it, strategize and go and do all of that. So that was like I think 5 days into the journey. That was when the lens point.
5 days into the journey of capturing 1,000 people.
Yeah, that might not really connect, but I feel like it's just when I was just in the journey though. Then that was when it happened. I think I got my new lens and I continued the journey. Yeah, it might be 5 days into it. I might not be wrong. Yeah. So then that just happened. I imagine that you have this project that you're very passionate about, and then your lens just goes off like that.
I don't want to imagine.
And you're shooting the shoots you're doing, I even did it for free, you understand?
Yeah.
Then I had to try to repair it. And then when the repair after, taking weeks and after collecting money, giving me hope that it was going to work, I showed up, he told me it was not going to work again, this, that. The money I gave him went like that. So no refund. Say what they needed to buy is not in Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. Like, wow. So now my money gone. I've tried to repair it. It's not working. So where do I buy this lens right now? So I just made that video, went to the markets, and then I got help from a few people. Mama Chinedu, I am DK.
Yeah.
Then he sends me 50k at then, and then my brother Hero showed up, sent me some money, and then I just had a little money from my savings, put them together. Then that was how I was able to get that lens, and then boom, I came back to work. So that was like one of the biggest challenge for me. And every other thing was just maybe trying to like travel to go to Uyo to capture the Super Eagles, missing your boss, trying to like sort out the inconvenience that comes with night boards, traveling for a long distance, a lot of all those challenges. Like it's just one or two challenge.
How did you wanting to go to AFCON at the time, I think Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, how did it come about?
It just came while I started with capturing the qualifiers, all the games that they were played in Nigeria, the Super Eagles was the qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers. I'm like, okay. Then
that was a breakthrough.
Yeah, then I was like, okay, let me just do this. So what about the main AFCON itself? Maybe I should just give it a shot. I would like to be there since I'm capturing the qualifiers and Nigeria has qualified. Let me, I want to go through the journey with the Super Eagles and capture them as well. So I applied for accreditation, asked some questions. I got some help from a few colleagues. They point to, the right direction. Then I applied and I just prayed because that was my first time, and good, boom, I presented the things that was required, and then I saw the mail that was being, I've been accredited to, attend the CAF, AFCON. I was like, wow, that was like, a turning point for me. I felt very, very happy to like receive that message. When I was like, I celebrated as that squad had to.
Yeah.
then it was there, and the funds was not available.
Oh yeah, one
was it. So that's another point of another challenge again. Trying to raise the funds because like a freelancer, you don't have any sponsor yet. You don't have any media house that you're representing. You just have to do everything yourself. So as I applied as a freelancer, I did my stuff. I reached out to some individuals, to like, ask for support. I got help from one of my friends, David, Mr. David. He helped me with some, finding out some inquiries and
research and
all of that, the cost and everything that it might take me to be in that, AFCON. Then he helped me put everything together. And then I met a couple of wonderful individuals as well. The group of friends, Edit Favaside, they changed my life that night. They made me a millionaire in one night.
Wow.
Honestly, I left that place with like Richard and I entered, just how life can just change in a day. It's just in one night, I just met the presidents.
But before the time that you met them, I want to figure out, like, I'm trying to paint a picture in my head what the feeling is like, getting the message after building something for a very long ass time. Like, you've been doing this thing and then you've not, I don't want to say you've not been seeing results because there are results coming out from different places. But you said that was like a turning point for you. The point where you got the message that, oh, I've been accredited to come take pictures at the AFCON, not in Nigeria. Myself particularly, I'd be excited, upon reception of that particular message. I just want to figure out, like, before that time when you got the message and the funds was not there, did you in any way feel like this self-doubt of,
if I was going to this is you being human. Everyone doesn't feel like that, but I just believed that I was going to be there. Do you understand? I just believed that I had so much faith in God. I prayed that, God, you are the one doing everything.
Yeah.
You're the one doing, it's your work. You're the one doing everything. You're going to be the one to help me. Told God that I've not really, like, when you go to church, people give testimony, apart from being alive and all of that. I want to say, like, I want to experience that thing that would be like, okay, God actually answers prayers.
Yeah.
Because, that time you pray and all that, and that day I was like, God, I'm not even qualified to be in this place. I might not be able to go. With everything available now, with how it is now, I cannot go. It's only you that can help me. And I prayed and said, God, just do this one thing for me, because I just felt like there's nothing really happening for me. Because, coming from that place where, after secondary school, you see your colleagues, people in the same class with you, maybe some of them went to university, you've graduated, different kind of celebration happening here and there. I just feel like I've been outside for a long time. I've been working, I've been trying to, like, pull my things together for a long time. There's not been this one moment that I feel like this is a major breakthrough in my life, and I'm like, God, just do this one thing for me. Just do this one.
And he did it.
And then it just happened. So it was amazing, right? So that period, it was my faith and the prayer that I prayed in God that made me believe that no matter what, I was going to fight. At the end, it's self-doubt. That's it.
I mean, all of these are beautiful moments, beautiful stories, and, like, how God has turned up, how the journey has been so far. But as a person building a sustainable solution for people and impacting lives while doing things around human capital development, have you felt any type of burnouts? You're not a machine now.
Yeah. You definitely, I think, anytime I'm burned out, you will notice it on my page, my Instagram page, because that's where I do my daily updates. I just do everything that I just have all my movement, everything I do. And when I'm quiet there, just know that I'm burned out. And every day that I don't post or I don't put out content, then I feel like that day is not enough. So there are times when putting a lot of work, most especially when putting work and you don't get the results entirely. So it kind of drains your energy. There have been times like that.
How did you handle it?
How I handle it is just, like I said, being intentional about what you're doing, right? So when you're intentional, you always find your way back. So you always find that one thing that will motivate you. So I always consume
resources,
content,
like knowledge and all of that.
Resources that keep me inspired and motivated. I always put myself in situations and environments that would keep me in check and make sure I'm in my energy and sense, like, focused to what I'm doing and what I'm building. So I always, talk to, connect with people that inspire me, people who are positive. So in that kind of way, it keeps me back on track. That's just how I do my thing.
What are, like, the mantras that you use? Myself particularly, I'm a 1% better guy. Life is just easy when you show up and do 1%, particularly every day. And they're like certain mantras, things that you built up in your mind that this is what I run with. So day in, day out, good or bad, this is it. I'm showing up. I'm going to stay disciplined. I'm doing my 1%. So
that's just it comes with one of them. Comes, like I said, being intentional. Being internal. It's just like knowing that this is just what I have to do. No matter what, no one's going to do this job for me. And again, because at times when I get this message, the DMs from these footballers, how they tell me how my presence inspire them and make them happy. Just when I get messages like that, those are enough enough motivation to want to, like, show up. Even the days when I'm tired, I just be like, man, I have to do this for this person. Probably I might have to, like, maybe cancel one a few times because of my other busy schedules, but I would always find a way to, like, connect to this thing because there's nothing else to do, man. It's just have to.
What about the day-to-day habits, like, actions? Do you hit the gym?
Bro.
Exercises, running? Yeah. Although I know you cycle and all of that, so most of your videos I've seen that. It's like part of keeping the body physically alive and well as well, but other activities.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of fitness. I like to stay fit. And at times I go to play football from the side, though it's been a while. Play football, I exercise my body every morning. I try to do push-ups, to sit up, because I work with athletes, and these guys, they are fit all the time. They stay very fit, they look sharp. I'm walking around and I'm looking there. So I had to tap myself and be like, bro,
you can imagine that.
So I can't show up in my pot belly and I'm with I'm with footballers that are well built and all of that. So I had to stay disciplined on that end, eat healthy food and all of that. So but I still have plans of hitting the gym soon, going into my fitness journey. I would like to be a fitness trainer,
Oh, nice.
in the future. Then the
new goal unlocked.
Just to maybe know just a little bit about a coaching just in the fitness way, or maybe being a technical coach to athletes, just trying to do something inside football now, not just only in the media space. So that's part of the idea, that's part of my plan, as a present. So those are my daily routine. And I also, like I said before, consume resources that inspire me, read books, and then just stay around positive people like you.
Oh, now that's good. All right. You guys, you heard him. I'm positive and you're positive as well. I mean, there are lots to do with positivity and staying motivated and being disciplined.
Yes.
I believe that if you have not started with the commitment to even obey the instruction, you might not have come to this point. Obviously, you would not have come to this point. The idea might have gone straight to another person who is willing to and obedient as well to carry it out. And then you started this process of committing your time, your resources, your energy, even to the point of quitting what is giving you funds on a daily basis. That's one sacrifice that not a lot of us are willing to do. While it can be frightening, I think you need to do it regardless. That sacrifice.
Yes, I had to, because like I said, it just has to be from a place of fulfillment and purpose. So
you're giving a lot already.
And if it's not fulfilling, then it doesn't make sense. So I just had to sacrifice. I just had to go into it, and I'm happy into it. And I'm enjoying it, and I'll do it again.
It's really inspiring. I particularly am happy and inspired by what you are doing at Goals by Victor. I wouldn't have much to say aside from keep. I'm personally looking forward to seeing the official announcement on your page for the 1000 Grassroot footballer project. And then if there's any way I can come in anyhow, I mean, I'm ready to be a huge part of this give back to the community and a lot of other things. We are doing a lot already. And then while it might not be at the top of what we are looking to do, we've made significant progress. That is why I wanted to share all of these stories. All of these are interesting stories that you've shared, all the challenges, like I call them, and the solutions that you've been able to use, what's keeping you, on the go every single day, your mantra and all of that. And I feel like my personal takeaway is to stay consistent even in the whole process. I mean, even 2 years, it takes 3 years to build something that will last. I mean, if your business doesn't fail in the first 3 years, according to research, I don't have the data to prove this, but in the very first 3 years of launching a brand, it doesn't fail. Bro, you're going to do well. And this is 3 years and you're going solid, launching new projects here and there. And I'm really, really inspired, by the things you're building. And I'm happy to have you on this show. But for the very purpose of our viewers and to be very mindful of your time as well, I would like to say thank you for joining us on today's episode. We're going to be doing series that would feature a lot of other builders, that are going to help spark hope as well over time. So hopefully we're going to have you back on this pod, God willing. We're all alive and we keep being consistent and staying committed and disciplined to the work. So thank you for joining. And to every single person out there watching and listening to what we are saying, please endeavor to give a follow to Goals by Victor. I'm going to drop the link in the description below, and then links to every other project that they have going on. Don't forget to like, don't forget to leave a subscription. If you have any comment or question, please put them down there in the comment section and we will attend to them. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, Goals, for joining us. I appreciate your presence.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson.
Sayonara. Thank you.